Good morning, everyone.
Ya, good morning.
Good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay. How are you, everyone? Are you happy today? This is weekend. Yes. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Ivan Sofian, and I'm from Kelas Kreatif Indonesia. Today, we are presenting fun and interactive reading activities for school and home that will be presented by Bu Pipit Prihartanti Suharto and Miss Vanny Handayani MPD. Okay, this webinar is conducted by Kelas Kreatif Indonesia. Well, Ibu Bapak, why reading is important? Why reading should be fun? Research shows that making reading fun for learners increases their reading skills and academic achievement. So this webinar will deal with this topic: how to make reading fun and interactive. Before we get started, I would like to invite Pak Dadan as the Chief of Kelas Kreatif Indonesia to introduce Kelas Kreatif Indonesia. Pak Dadan, please.
Hello, everyone. Pak Ivan, Bu Vanny, and then Bu Pipit. Can you see the screen? Can you hear me as well?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for coming
Yes,
on this Saturday. I believe it's family time for some of you, but I believe many of you also eager to learn today with the topic that I believe is very, very interesting, fun and interactive reading activities for school and home. So before we start our event, I would like to introduce about Komunitas Pendidik Kelas Kreatif Indonesia. So basically all of us now in group 1 to group 5 English club, and we communicate through English from Monday to Friday, I believe, because Saturday is off time, it's family time. So Komunitas Pendidik Kelas Kreatif Indonesia is personal learning community, Bapak Ibu. So all of the participants will be only in WhatsApp group. We don't have any other platform except for Instagram, but only for delivering the information about our upcoming events. So the members of the community is lecturers, teachers, and then parents, I believe, students, university students as well. Basically, the history of Kelas Kreatif was built in 2008 at Bandung International School, and then in 2018 changed the name into Kelas Kreatif, and 2020 becoming Komunitas Pendidik Kelas Kreatif Indonesia. The vision of the community, I need to translate the Indonesian into English, so please be mind if my English is not that good, yeah. Basically is to facilitate the informal professional development. I can say that, right? Because we just share information and then discuss from that, and maybe gaining more knowledge from there because of the discussion. So therefore, every morning I push everyone to be involved in the discussion, because that's a better way of learning rather than just reading and then reading and ignore. It's better if you connect with your own context and then share your reflection based on the theory or information shared through the WhatsApp. And basically the activities that we have so far, we are just launched the Merdeka Belajar Itu Asyik, I think this week, but the hard copy will be delivered in 14 days and 20 days to especially to the writer. And then the soft copy, so you can read the soft copy for free, might be next month, so you can check the articles from our fellow friends from Kelas Kreatif. We have released 10 anthology books, and then we have released 1 single writer book. So Bapak Ibu, if you are interested to join the writing activities, be patient, because we are going to launch another writing program later, yeah. And then the next activity is public speaking. So I think we have done 6 public speaking in series. And then we will have another one in 2 weeks with Pak Trisnendri and Kang Jo. And the next one, we have a diversity of professional development opportunities. So you just choose whatever you like or whatever you need to develop your skills in teaching. So we have so many options, and all of the webinars are free. Like today, I'm very thankful that Bu Vanny and Bu Pipit willing to spend her time and energy to prepare for sharing with us. Yeah. And then the next one, partnership. So in terms of the partnership, we are also try to work together with other institution or organization. I think on the 23rd or 21 of August, we are going to have writing story, a book story, children book story writing. But that is organized by Bali Muda organization from Bali. So Kelas Kreatif is only supporting as a media partner. And then the other organization, including the DigiPro, PSSDM, and then Unjani, and then MGMP, TBI, etc. We also have several activities for children, our children, I mean, including the English club that just finished like 2 weeks ago. And then Kelas Menulis Junior, we are going to release the book probably in September. And then drawing also not just finished, it's already finished in May. And we are hoping to have more activities for our children, especially during this pandemic time, which we cannot connect easily through Zoom or virtual environment. Okay, and then for English webinar, we are very lucky also having cooperation with TBI. So every month or every 2 months, we are going to have a workshop with TBI, Developing English Club. Our third meeting will be 2 weeks from now with Ibu Oke and Bu Tintin. Bu Oke from TBI and Bu Tintin from Kelas Kreatif. And today is one of the webinars also for for developing our skills in teaching English. And then we have our groups as well. We have group 1 to group 5. We can discuss and share resources relating to English teaching. And then in September, after TBI, we have Ibu Ati from Universitas Pakuan Bogor and Pak Trisnendri from STKIP Siliwangi, delivering the webinars as well. And what is the next event that we are going to have? Actually, today is quite busy for Kelas Kreatif. We have 3 events. The first one is 9 today, and then the second one is Kelas Ahli Berbagi, membuat media ajar visual. Together with ISAY, PSSDM event with Microsoft Sway. So we have 3 events today, yeah. And this is the door prize for today. Thank you for Bu Vanny facilitating the collaboration with Highlights Library. So there will be 2 free accounts for 1 month. You can access all the books. When I tried, actually, it's very interesting. Not only the book, the PDF book, but also the audio book or the video book, yeah, which I believe it's going to be very useful for young learners also, or the SMP students. I think, yeah, I haven't explored all. And then another one, this is something new that I'm going to offer to all of you. We are going to have a door prize, but we are going to discuss more in the WhatsApp group. The door prize is for short writing challenge. So Bu Vanny and Bu Pipit, after this event, we are going to have further discussion about reading strategies in the WhatsApp group. And then I will challenge all the participants to write a very brief articles, reading strategies articles. And then probably we are going to collect all of the short articles and compile it and becoming a PDF book. And then Bu Vanny and Bu Pipit later will pick the best article, let's say the best article, or and the person will get this book and another English reading books. So just to motivate all of us to write. Yeah. So thank you very much, Pak Ivan. Still muted, Pak Ivan.
Okay, thank you very much, Pak Dadan. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So Kelas Kreatif has so many events, yeah, very busy. Uh, so, Pak Dadan, how many members are Kelas Kreatif until now?
We don't have membership, so it's
Oh,
just
yeah,
like
yeah. But
yeah, we
in the
don't have
group there
membership.
are.
So whoever want to stay, you can stay in the group. Whoever want to
Oh,
leave, you can leave the group. So just as simple as that. Yeah.
okay. All right. Let's see our agenda today. The first presentation will be with Ibu Pipit, focusing on reading strategy, and the second presentation will be Ibu Vanny, focusing on highlight library, and in the end we will have question and answer and also dot prize. So now I would like to invite Ibu Pipit to present. Ibu Pipit, are you ready?
Hi Bapak, hello. I think I am. I hope.
Okay. So, Ibu Pipit, I will introduce you first. Ibu Pipit is a lecturer at English Language Education Department, Universitas Perjuangan Malaya,
Malay.
Malaya, Tasikmalaya. She writes some publication. Some are books from Kelas Kreatif too, and she graduated from Indonesia University of Education, Bandung, ya, UPI Bandung, and also, oh, this is amazing, Warwick University, England, with a specialism in English for young learners, and also has taken non-degree research students or teachers, trainee applied linguistic or TEFL at Gunma University, Japan. Oh, amazing, yeah, amazing CV. Bu Pipit, time is yours.
Oke Bapak, thank you very much. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Good
warahmatullahi
morning.
wabarakatuh.
Good morning Bapak and Ibu. Good morning Pak Dadan. Good morning Bapak Ivan. Good morning Miss Vanny. How are you? So I hope you are all doing okay, Bapak and Ibu. It's good to see you again. So if you joined my session last month, yeah, kita berjumpa lagi. Oh, I switched my language. I'm so sorry. So I'd like to begin my presentation by sharing Mentimeter first. So let me share my screen. I hope my presentation goes smoothly. My connection, my internet connection runs well as well. I hope. So let me try. So please, Bapak and Ibu, get ready with your phone and go to menti.com, www.menti.com, and use that code 73854935. So I have two questions for you. I think no one's here yet. So let me repeat. Bapak Ivan, probably I need your help, yeah, to share the link for participants.
Okay, wait.
So if you are with your phone now, please go to menti.com and use
there are
that
some
code.
answers.
Oh, yeah, two persons are already
two
here.
persons
Thank you
answer.
very much. Yeah.
Yeah.
No ID, no ID. Oh, thank God.
No.
If you type no, I'm happy. No
Yeah, it
ID.
works.
Okay. Yes. Okay. One person said yes. Nope. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, no, sorry. No, it's okay. If you say no, I'm happy. No, I didn't. Okay. No, sorry. Okay, so I think so 22% are here on Menti and have said something, and the most of Most of them said no. Yeah, most of you said no, Bapak and Ibu. So thank you. Yeah. 24. So we have around 80 participants, or probably 70 participants now. So I'm still waiting for your response here on menti.com. The question is, did you attend a Kelas Kreatif workshop last month? My Kelas Kreatif, my Kakak workshop last month. So it was on 10th July. No. Okay. So I'm still waiting for more responses, probably not until 80%, probably around 30 or 40 participants now, 30. But we can conclude, yeah, from here that most of you, most of the participants didn't attend my workshop last month. So let's proceed to the next question. I think on your phone, you can proceed to the next question. So this is the first question, and we have two questions. So the next one, I think if you say no here for the first question, I think you cannot answer, you cannot provide any answer for the second question, because the second question, if yes, so that's the beginning of the question. If yes, then blah, blah, blah. So here, still, yeah, no, I didn't. Don't make me happy by typing, no, I didn't. So let me go to the next question. Okay, bear with me. Okay, it's not working. Oops. Okay. So if yes, yeah, we know that most of you didn't attend my workshop last month. If yes, the second question is, if yes, what reading strategies have you tried out? So last month, actually, I brought this topic as well, reading strategies for a Kakak workshop last month in July. And if you did attend that workshop, probably you learned something, the participants, Bapak and Ibu, learned something from the slides I presented. So if yes, what reading strategies have you tried out? But I'm not too sure whether or not you can provide any answer to this question. If you say no, if you said no, I'm not too sure. So tadi ada, I saw that one of you said yes. So if you said yes, then what reading strategy? Elicit questions. Okay. Elicit questions. Okay. Reading strategies have you tried out? What else? Probably you still remember, you could recall, and you have tried it out in your class. Jigsaw reading strategies. Okay. Anyone else would like to add more to this? No? So I'll count to 5. 1. Okay, masih ada. Reading aloud, read aloud and others pay attention to it. Questioning, read aloud and others pay attention to it. Okay, questioning, gaming, gist. Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, almost almost all the strategies you have tried it out. Yeah, you have tried out. Gist, story map, 3-to-1 concept, reciprocal teaching, questioning, visualizing, listen and repeat, record my reading, and I tried to repeat the pronunciation to the students. Okay, thank you. So one participant here did really attend my workshop and tried, or made her or his best effort to implement the strategies in her or his class, English class. So thank you so much. Is there any other response? 6 participants responding. Listen and repeat. Yeah, listen and repeat. Listen and repeat. There are 2 persons typing listen and repeat here. Jumbled paragraphs, yeah, jumbled paragraphs. Okay. So, okay, so if you are still trying to type something, go. So I'll count to 5 probably. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, introducing vocabularies. Yeah, it could be one of the strategies as well. Yeah. We use that activity or strategy probably before reading. Yeah, before reading activity. So so from here, I can conclude that yeah, some of you did attend my workshop. Some of you have also tried out the strategies, which is good. Masih ada ternyata di sini giving examples of reading for the students, and students read one by one for checking the pronunciation. Choral reading, read aloud and listening to the recording, visualizing. What else there? Down there, subtitle from movie works better. Oh, nice, yeah. I'm afraid some of you are still trying to type something. So yeah, let me wait for this for a couple of seconds, I guess. Okay. So thank you for responding to my Mentimeter. So if you still have something to type or to say about, to share about the strategies you have applied in your class, you could go to Zoom chat box and type them there. Yeah. So thank you for this. I'm going to close my Menti. Oh, masih ada ternyata. Every time I whenever I want to close this, masih ada yang popping up here, KWL. Yes, I discussed that. We discussed that strategy last month. Yeah. So probably to save our time, so you can go to Zoom chat box to add more to this question. Yeah. Or to this answer. Oh, masih ada ternyata. Not sure if scanning and skimming are. Let me. Okay.
Bu Pipit,
strategies.
Yes. Can we have the summary of the list of the strategies later to be shared in the WhatsApp group?
Sure.
Yes,
Okay,
thank
sure.
you very much.
Okay. Okay, so let's go to my presentation. Let me finish this Menti now. So I'm going to close it. Okay. So let's go to my slide. So thank you very much, Bapak and Ibu, for sharing your answers on Mentimeter. Now let me try to present my slides. So actually last month I brought this topic and I was asked to do this again, but now delivered in English. And let me now begin my presentation. So my name is Pipit Bu Vanny. So I'm going to share with you 7 reading strategies and reading activities. So what I mean here by reading strategies is the strategies that we as a learner, learners of English, and our students as learners of English as well, usually use when reading, before, while, or after reading. And what I mean by reading activities is the activity that we set probably, or that we prepare for our class, for our English class, or for our reading class. So the first one is reading strategy. So let's go to the first strategy. Yeah, reading strategy. previewing. So here, previewing means when we use this, or when our students use this, we help them to tap into what they already know, or their prior knowledge. Yeah. So they activate and use their prior knowledge, their experience, their knowledge about the world. When they preview, when they try to preview, they connect the schema they know, and the information, the new information they are going to have, they are going to read in the text. Okay, for example, in my class, I use a Mentimeter for previewing. So for example, here, I ask them to type a word that you know about vertical farming, for example. So I try to connect them to their prior knowledge, whether or not they have already known about this topic. And predicting, the second strategy is predicting. So when we try to help students predict the text, so the students are making informed predictions about the text, we can also try to ask them to discuss the author. Probably some of the students have known or heard about the author, and then they could also discuss the title of the text, yeah, before going through the next page, for example, the text. They could discuss the title as well. They could predict the content of the text, yeah, the meaning probably of the text, the purpose of the text, whatever it is, by examining or by identifying the title. They also could identify the illustrations or the images, the pictures, yeah, on the cover, for example. Especially this works for young learners as well, yeah. They could identify the illustration, they could predict the content, the story, yeah, of the text of the book. And then they also try to open the book, open the text, and review or probably go through the structure or the organization of the text, yeah. So by that, they could predict what kind of text is that, and what content of the text will they read probably, yeah. So for predicting, again, I use Mentimeter because this is so easy to apply in my class. Yeah. For example, the first one was previewing, and then now predicting. Yeah, growing. For example, here I try to ask them, growing plant with no soil and very little water is called. The answer is actually aeroponics, but most of my students answered hydroponics, which means, okay, so they probably couldn't predict, or they do not know already the topic that I was going to introduce in their class at that time. So the next strategies, I guess this is the third strategies, identifying main idea and summarizing. So summarizing here is not done at the end of the reading activity, still during reading activities. So what are they doing? What students could do during this strategy? So they could determine what is important, the main idea. Yes, so the main idea, what is important from the text, the most information in the text. And also when they could identify that main important ideas or information, they could also make connections between or among ideas. Yeah. Implicitly, sometimes the authors do not provide explicit information about, for example, about the characters, about the setting of the story, about the process or things, so it depends on the text, right? So sometimes the authors do not provide that information. So the students, by doing this, identifying main idea and summarizing, they could implicitly, how do I say? They could, yeah, identify the implicit purpose of the authors, of the writers, yeah, in the writing text, in writing the text. And then the next strategy is questioning. So Questioning here means we as the teacher ask the questions to our students, or the students ask themselves or ask their peers, yeah, about the text. We could also, by doing this, the students can focus on the most important information in a text, but also by providing this strategy to our students, we could examine whether or not our students face any difficulty in comprehending the text they are reading. Yeah, so if we spot that kind of difficulty, probably we could take any action. We could take action to deal with that kind of problems, yeah, in comprehending the text. So after reading, or yeah, not after activity, after reading activity, but for example, where after I provided my student one simple task, so I give them simple questions, not too many, but here 5 questions. I use Kahoot for that because yeah, in online teaching, we could actually we can just provide them or give them answers, questions orally on Zoom or Google Meet, for example, but also we could use any other apps. Yes, so as for this, I use Kahoot for this. And after doing this game, so I know how many of the students really comprehend the text. Yeah, some didn't, some yes did really comprehend the text quite well. Yeah, so then after finding the difficulty in comprehending the text, I focus on that. Yeah, probably some students are still not familiar with the concepts or the terms in the text. So the next strategy is searching and selecting, which means we select appropriate information. I guess this strategy is done individually by the students. So we don't necessarily provide them, for example, any other aids, any other apps for this. Yeah, so but we also could help them to define the words and the terms. For example, on the previous strategy, we noticed some students are still unfamiliar with some terms, for example. So here we help them to try to define the terms or to locate the unfamiliar terms in a text and try to discuss the meaning of that terms or words. By doing this as well, so it means that we help them to clarify misunderstandings they might face during reading, and to gather information as well. I mean, the true information or the correct one. Yeah. So making inferences, I guess this strategy is very, very essential for our students because it really determines the successful, the success of the reading activities that our students do. In making inferences, the students evaluate and draw conclusions from the information in the text. But also they have to recognize some clues. Sometimes some informations are stated implicitly. They are not stated explicitly in a text, so they have to recognize the clues from the text. They have to read between the lines. For example, the meaning of the text and the purpose of the text, the purpose of the author in writing the text as well. And when making inferences, the students connect the information in the text with their prior knowledge. So So on Mentimeter, some participants also said that they used visualizing in teaching reading to their students. So visualizing, yes, really, it's really powerful because it could help our students to recall what they have read. And also, so how do we visualize? How do we use our visualizing in our when reading, for example? So it means that we have to create mental images in our mind or during reading. So we could also identify the illustrations on the text or on the story book. Yeah. So by that, we as the learners, as the readers, or our students as the learners and the readers as well, they could visualize, they could think, visualize or depict in their mind about the characters, about the settings, about the plot in the story, for example, not only the plot, the story, the characters, but also probably the processes, the stages. Yeah. So it depends, again, it depends on the text, the stages of something, the processes of something. Okay, so okay, so I guess that's all for the reading strategies. So we use that strategies mainly before and during reading activities, but now here 7 reading activities. These activities could involve several strategies that previously mentioned. Yeah. So what are they? So Bapak and Ibu who attended my workshop last month probably still remember the 7 strategies I shared. And yeah, just like we know from the Mentimeter, one of the participants have implemented almost all the strategies here. What I'm going to share with you. Yeah, so the first one is reciprocal teaching. So it means, let me move this first, I'm sorry. Okay, so what is reciprocal teaching? So basically it's just a dialogue. It's sort of a dialogue between—
2 minutes left.
Oh, sorry, Bapak. Okay. So the first one is reciprocal teaching. So basically, it's just sort of a dialogue between the teacher and the students. There are 4 students involved in this strategy. So we need, it's not working. I apologize for this. Okay, so we need 4 persons to carry this activity in the class. 1 group for participants, 4 persons. And the second activity is KWL chart, but actually we can modify this by including age, KWLH. Yeah, so how I learned, we could add how I learned in the chart as well. The third one is story map. I'm really sorry because I'm going through this very, very quickly because I'm running out of time. Probably Bapak and Ibu could try to post something on the Zoom chat, yeah, to ask me more questions about this. Story map. Story map is actually for narrative text. Yeah, it's good for when teaching reading using narrative text. This is one of the examples. And retelling is the next level of story maps. So the students could retell the story by using the story map that they have created. Graphic organizers, it is available on Canva if we are occupied to make or to create our own graphic organizer. So we can just ask our students to use this template. And 3-to-1 strategy, I guess this is very, very familiar to all of us. So we could ask the students after reading activity, for example, here, what I did, three things I learned, 2 interesting facts, and 1 question I still have, but it's not easy. So it took me almost 1 month to introduce one single strategy to my students. They are in year 1 and their English level is still A1, so beginner English. Beginners, yeah, they are still beginners. It took me quite a while to introduce one single strategy. The next strategy is gist. So it's used both during and after reading activities. This is actually for to help our students summarize the text that they have read. One summary is written in less than 20 words. So for example, here, who, what, when, where, why, how. So our students could write the summary in less than 20 words. For example, here I let my students use Canva template, graphic organizer template. There on Canva, they are they have quite a lot of templates, kinds of templates for this. So for gist and graphic organizer, we can use graphic organizer template on Canva as well. So this is one of the strategy that I employed in my class. It's very simple. Okay, I guess that's all. I'm really sorry if I delivered this too quickly, but Bapak and Ibu, you could ask me more questions on the chat box. Yeah.
Yes.
So Bapak Ivan, I guess that's all my presentation. Thank you very much, Bapak and Ibu.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ibu Pipit. Yeah, it's very interesting presentation, about the reading strategy. Bapak Ibu, if you want to have the material will be sent to the group of WhatsApp group after this webinar. And for Ibu Bapak who wants to have a certificate, you can get a certificate by filling the link, the Google form that I sent to the chat. Yeah, Pak Dadan, there will be a photo shoot before we go to second agenda, maybe photo shoot first. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. Before some people leave, having different activities. So I think it's better if we have the family photo session now. Ibu Vanny, can you help me as well because you can do it very quickly, yeah?
Oh yeah, Bu
Okay.
Vanny, yeah.
Yeah.
So everybody, please turn on the video. We will have a photo shoot.
So let's have photo session, everyone. Are you ready?
Smile.
Smile. 1, 2, 3. Okay, wait for a moment. I will capture the second part, the second room. Wait for a moment because we have 5 rooms. Wow.
Wow.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Please smile. Excellent. Wait for a moment. And the next room, we still have 3 more rooms here. Okay, however, the rest of the rooms, all the participants in the rest of the room are still turning off the video. Okay, no worries. Here we go. And let's move to room 4. Okay. Yeah, wow. So we have 110 participants. The last one. Okay. Done.
Okay, done. Thank you, Bu Vanny. Yes, we have 110. Yeah? Okay, is that all, Bu Vanny? Everyone has got the picture taken? Okay, so now we will move to second presentation. Bu Vanny is ready for the presentation. Bu Vanny will focus on highlight library, right? Okay, Bu Vanny, I will introduce you first. Ibu Vanny Handayani, SPD MPD, is a lecturer read aloud activist and trainer, and also founder of Edu Literacy. She is now teaching at Universitas Muhammadiyah Cirebon, and she graduated from UPI Bandung. Bu Vanny, time is yours.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Miss Melody.
Are you ready for a brand new day?
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
How are you?
It's so nice to have you here with me today. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Just fine.
Howdy, how do you do? Hello, good day. Now that we're together, learning so much fun, the more of us, the better. So come on, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Just fine.
Howdy, how do you do? Hello, good day. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
How are you?
It's so nice to have you here with me today. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
How do you do?
Hello, good day. Now that we're together, learning so much fun, the more of us, the better. So come on, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Just fine.
Howdy, how do you do? Hello, good day. Howdy, how do you do? Hello, good day.
Iya, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, good morning everyone. How are you
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
today? I hope that everyone is in a good condition, and I'm glad to have you all in this webinar. So welcome to the webinar, Nurturing Literacy-Based Learning Through Highlights Library. So you are with me, Mrs. Vanya, the founder of Edu Literacy and a Read Aloud activist and trainer. Are you ready to explore Highlights Library? Yes, let's go. So this webinar is in collaboration with Kelas Kreatif Indonesia with Pinnacle Alpha Education and also Highlights Library. In this session, I'm going to share you an inspiring story from Ben Carson and how to nurture literacy practices at home and school, and how Read Aloud can change the world. And we will also explore Highlights Library as fun and interactive literacy activities. Okay, so I will begin my session by showing you this picture. Can you imagine if you have a basket of pumpkin? Do you see the yellow pumpkin? What will you do if you have a basket of yellow pumpkin? You can go to the chat box and you can just go to this link. I'm going to share you the link. Okay, probably Pak Ivan can help me to share the link. Yeah, so actually in this first session, first slide of my sharing, I will show you a kind of voting, and you can just go to the chat box, wait for a while. I guess Pak Ivan is still searching down the link. Wait, here we go. Okay, Pak Ivan, have you found that one? Okay, thank you, Pak Dadan. Okay, so you can go to that link and please answer the questions. What will you do if you have a yellow pumpkin in the basket like that? What will you do? I will keep your answers. I will show your answers in the middle parts of the session. So please vote on that link. You can just go to Mentimeter and answer the questions. You can answer more than one because I give you a chance to answer twice. Okay, have you done all? What will you do if you have a yellow pumpkin in a basket? Just imagine that you have just come from a supermarket or from a traditional market. Then you brought a yellow pumpkin. What will you do? Do you want to make a dessert or do you want to give it to your friends, families, or relatives? Or what will you do with this pumpkin? Okay, have you done all? Yeah, you can just answer the questions. What will you do? And I will show your answers. Let me check first whether you have voted on the Mentimeter. Okay, so, oh, wow, great. Okay, so I have the answers here. Okay, good job. Thank you, everyone. Oh, I have lots of answers here. Okay, thank you. Okay, good job. Okay, now I will share you an inspiring story from Ben Carson. Do you know Ben Carson? I guess if you type down his name on YouTube, then you will find his stories. He has an inspiring story, and I guess he can be kind of role model for us, for children around the world. So who is Ben Carson? Ben Carson is an American politician or neurosurgeon. And when he was fifth grade of elementary school, he experienced bad bullying. And actually, he was a potential student, but he performed poorly at school. He was raised by a single mom, and at that time her mom should work 2 or 3 times a day as a helper, as a maid. However, in spite of her low education, her mom patiently read him books in the library. So her mom took Ben Carson and also his brother to go to the library every week, and she read them books almost every day. While reading books, Carson began to use his imagination and found reading more enjoyable than watching television. This attraction to reading significantly led to a strong desire to learn more. He then could become a scientist he had dreamed about. So from this story, I just want to inspire you to read books. It's not only at home, but also at school. Jim Trelease said in his book, The Read Aloud Handbook, that the literacy journey of a child started from home and subsequently continued at school. Therefore, we as teachers or parents put significant contributions to the success of literacy development of a child. However, there is kind of a fact that not all teachers do pleasure reading at school. So the students can decrease their literacy development at school because they don't have fun interactive reading activities. So in this session, I'm going to show you strategies or ways how to create fun and interactive reading activities. Yeah, as a read aloud activist and trainer, I speak to all the people around me that read aloud can give kind of miracles in our life or in our students or in our children. And there are actually several advantages of reading aloud as a method of reading. Read aloud can be applied not only at home but also at school. And as you can see from this picture, that the basis of reading aloud is actually listening. While students or children are listening to us, actually they can develop their speaking, reading, and writing skills. Reading aloud builds many important foundational skills, enriches vocabulary, creates background information, provides a model of fluence, introduces expressive reading, and associates reading with pleasure. This is important why I say that reading must be pleasure, because if we create reading as a kind of boring activity, the students will not have a willingness to read, especially the longer text. And what do you think? Do you invest your money on books? Yeah, so I would like to share my experience, because actually I have collected books since I was in undergraduate studies. At that time, I thought that my books could be used for my children. And fortunately, since then, I collect lots of books with lots of genres, mainly children book. And indeed, investing our money on books can create such a miracle. Yeah, so how to create a literacy rich environment at home and at school? I believe that when you are working, let's say in an institution, it can be like schools, they actually provide libraries at school. However, do you think that the students want to go to the library and read books? I guess as teachers or librarians, we can put our contribution to make reading as fun activities. So children or students can be interested in reading. It can be books, magazines, apps, or even digital library. And what I'm going to share now is the use of digital library to create fun and interactive as well as meaningful literacy practices. Yeah, so actually, when we want to make a literacy rich environment, we can actually start from home. We can create a home library, and if we can't, we can go to the public libraries, or even right now during the COVID-19 pandemic where we cannot go everywhere, I guess a digital library is the best solution for us to explore the world. Yeah. So today I'm going to show you Highlights Library. Interestingly, and fortunately, in this session, Highlights Library will give you 20 free accounts for a month. So at the end of this session, just stay tuned that you can have a chance to get one free account to access Highlights Library. Do you want to get a free access of Highlights Library? It can be used not only at home, but also at school, because I personally use it not only at home, but also at school. I use Highlights Library to share fun, interactive, and meaningful reading activities. And let's see what is Highlights Library. I'm going to show you a video first. Let we see. And I hope that you can also explore this digital library if you have that free account.
Open a world of possibilities for students when you expand your classroom with Highlights Library, a comprehensive digital reading platform with more than 2,800 titles. Students can read anytime, anywhere, and find stories that fit their interests and reading level. With its placement test, Highlights Library ensures students read books that match their skills from the start. And there's Readers Plus, a collection of 600 stories. Readers Plus includes additional listening, speaking, and thinking activities, so students can advance their English language skills even more. Expand the opportunities for your students as their English fluency grows and they discover their love of reading, becoming more confident learners. Expand your teaching potential with a customizable digital solution that seamlessly integrates into your current classroom curriculum, school library, or at home. Assign fiction and nonfiction books using measures like Lexile, as well as academic correlations like CEFR and PYP, which support lesson plans and students' progress in the classroom. Expand the future of education with simple navigation options in the platform and easy single sign-on access across the web and mobile app. Highlights Library provides motivation for every student with hidden pictures puzzles, certificates, and badges as they earn rewards. Reading in Highlights Library prepares students for academic and social success today and endless possibilities tomorrow. Expand the possibilities today with Highlights Library.
Yeah, okay, so that's about Highlights Library. So you can use Highlights Library at school, and you can also spread it to your students, because there will be like teachers' accounts or students' accounts. And if you want to access Highlights Library, you can just contact me because I will help you to sign for Highlights Library. And let's see. Highlights Library is a digital library which is very appropriate for us, for the teachers who want to create literacy-based learning in the classroom, or for parents who want to kind of provide literacy practices at home. There are lots of books in this digital library. There are thousands of books, and you can choose the books based on the topics or the themes that you're going to teach at school. And the books are usually related to our social context. It builds in students' intellectual, and absolutely it can increase academic fields. And this is the platform. So when you enter or when you log into Highlights Library, so you will have this kind of platform, and there will be lots of different types of books. I mean, it can provide information literacy as well as story literacy. And Highlights Library is a multifunctional reading platform with 2,000 stories. Oh, I see. Not hundreds, but thousands of stories and ebooks for different ages, interests, and levels. And it promotes children confidence and love of reading and writing, because in Highlights Library, there will be activities after reading, not only writing, listening, but also critical thinking skills. And it develops innate creativity, curiosity, and imagination for learning. For example, when you provide stories literacy for students, it can help them to develop their empathy, sympathy, and etc. And it promotes social emotional skills like friendship, trust, honesty, responsibility, resilience, and empathy. Highlights library is easy to use, and it is very friendly not only for the students, the children, but also for parents and teachers. Okay, so what I said previously, that when we want to provide literacy-based learning, it is important that we provide our students or children two basic literacies: information literacy and story literacy. And in Highlights Library, you can explore information literacy. You can just type down keywords like what you're going to explore in this platform. For example, you want to learn about Earth, you want to learn about mountains, about sea, oceans, and etc. So there will be lots of books to explore. In addition, you can also explore story literacy, where you can develop your students or children's social emotional skills. Okay, now let's explore. I'm going to show you the results of your voting. I have asked you to vote the questions. Let me share you first. So imagine if you have a yellow pumpkin and a basket, what will you do? And this is the answer. These are the answers. Wait for a moment. Oh, here we go. So look, we have lots of answers here, and you have different ideas what you're going to do. Like most of you say that you will cook it or eat it, or you want to make a delicious soup or give it to your mom. Oh wow. And to make a mask. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, we can also make a mask from pumpkin, and it's good for our skin. Bring it to home, send it to my parents, make a pudding. Wow. Or even I'll peel and cut it. We'll cook kolak. It's traditional dish from Indonesia. Make some cake. And is there anyone here who answers similar ideas with the story? Okay, I will get the seeds. I will make some pumpkin. I will give it to others, making cake and etc.
Okay, Ibu Vanya, thank you very much for your presentation. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
wait.
very
So
interesting.
okay. So
We still have.
wait, Pak
Oh
Ivan.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess we have limited time. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So I will show you for the platform first, just to answer all the questions here, because you say that if you have a pumpkin, most of you say that you want to cook it. So let's see. Actually, I take it from the story from Highlights Library, and the title of the story is A Good Day for Sharing. So this is how we can explore at Highlights Library. You can just have some activities, not only reading, but there will be also quiz, video, speaking, listening, and also critical thinking activities. Okay, let's see the reading section. So for reading activity, it is just like reading aloud. So you don't have to read aloud with your own. There will be native speaker that can help you to read this. Okay, wait for a moment. I'm going to share you this one. Okay, so let's see the answer. So let's see the answer. What will the character do with the pumpkin?
A good day for sharing. Paulina Rabbit's basket was filled with spinach, apples, chestnuts, and a big pumpkin. As she headed home, she met her friends along the way. "Hi, Paulina," said Henry Mouse. "I see you bought some spinach. When I shopped at the market, it was already gone." "You may have mine," said Paulina. "Wow, thanks," said Henry.
My family loves apples, said Greta Squirrel, but I forgot to buy them. Please take these, Paulina said. Why, thank you, said Greta.
And I was going to roast chestnuts,
said Ralph Beaver.
but I don't have any.
I do, said Paulina. Please, take mine.
That's very kind of you,
said Ralph with a smile. After her friends left, Paulina looked in her basket and said, I can still make a pumpkin pie. While Paulina was making the pumpkin pie, her friends came to visit. I've made a big spinach salad, said Henry. Do you want to have dinner with me? My family wants to share our applesauce with you, said Greta.
And I made roasted chestnuts for all of us,
said Ralph. Why, thank you, said Paulina. Why don't you come for dinner tonight? With all you'll bring in my pie, there will be plenty for everyone. It's a good day for sharing, said Paulina, smiling.
Yeah, okay. So, can you get the answer? So, from this story, actually, we can see that the character wants to make a pumpkin pie. Yeah, is there anyone here answers pumpkin pie? Yeah, if you have a basket of pumpkin, yellow pumpkin. So, in Highlights Library, you can have some activities after reading, like the quiz, like what you can see. Okay, for example, for the quiz, there will be like this. Okay, so the student or the children can answer it like this one. Yeah, and from this story, actually, we also learn about friendship, about kindness. Yeah, so the stories can also teach students how to be kind people. Not only the quiz, we also can have critical thinking activities like this one.
Click Start to begin the activity.
Yeah, for
Think
example,
about it.
this
Answer
question.
the question below.
Where was Paulina coming from? You can just type down over here. The students or the children can type down the answers over here. Where was Paulina coming from? And actually, from this question, we can also teach our students how to use simple past tense. Okay, where was Paulina coming from? Paulina was coming from a market. Okay, like this one. Yeah. Okay, so this is these are the activities that you can have in Highlights Library, and not only literacy, story literacy, you can also explore information literacy. For example, you can type down the topic that you're going to explore. For example, you're going to search about Earth, like this one. Okay. For example, you want to learn about the Earth, like this, and you can also have these activities. Not only reading, there will be quiz, speaking, listening, and critical thinking skills. Yeah. The students or the children can read first the book, and they will have critical thinking skills like this one. Exercise.
Click Start to begin the activity.
Bu Vanya,
Okay.
maybe the time
About
is over.
Answer the
Yes,
question
okay.
below.
Because we have limited time, you can just ask questions on the chat box, and we can explore Highlights Library. I hope that you will get a chance to get free 20 accounts of Highlights Library, and we will choose from the questions the participants who are asking on the chat box, or we can also choose the participants that can win this prize. Thank you, Mr. Ivan, and we can have question and answer session.
Okay, Ibu Bapak, it's very interesting ya, the presentation of Bu Panya. Okay, now we will have a question and answer. We have 10 minutes. If you want to have question, please, you can turn on video and audio.
Pak
Please.
Ivan, we have several questions on the chat. I think
Yes,
starting with Pak Firly.
Pak Firly.
Couple minutes ago, yeah.
Oh yeah. We have 6 questions for Bu Pipit and 6 questions also for Bu Vanny ya. So Bu, maybe for Bu Pipit ya. There is a question.
Yes, Bapak.
From Iswandi Saajid, ya Bapak. There are some students who haven't got motivation to read, especially in English text. How to engage them so we are as teacher can apply some strategies and method to develop their reading skill.
So, okay, so that's the question from me, ya Bapak.
Yes.
So the question is how to engage the students. To engage the students. So we are as a teacher can apply some strategies and methods to develop their reading
skill.
Yeah. So I would say that by using the strategies, we could engage the students. So that's the other way around. I think the way I answer to this question, I guess it's the strategies that help us to engage our students. I hope that answers your question, Bapak.
Okay.
Yeah, by trying out some strategies.
Okay, thank you, Bu Pipit. Maybe one more for Bu Pipit ya. From Bu Widi Rahayu, which the best method in teaching reading for grade 10 or on senior high school in pandemic era? The best method.
This is best method. Okay, this is very, very tricky because I believe that one size doesn't fit all. Yeah, so it depends. It depends on your students' level of English. It depends on the reading text, the types of the reading text. It depends on our approach that we use in our class as well. It depends on a lot of things. Yeah, jadi I guess I have no answer to this question. What the best method? It could be any. Yeah, it could be any method. I cannot provide you with one single best answer, one best method to this, Ibu. Yeah, we have to try out a lot of things until we find out the best method to our needs. Yeah, to our students, to our class.
Okay, thank you, Bu Pipit. And for Bu Vanny, there are some similar questions asking about how can we get this application?
Yeah, okay, so actually you can get this application by kind of subscribing monthly or annually. And if you are interested to have this Highlights Library platform, you can contact me and I will help you to subscribe this platform. And actually it costs 150,000 rupiah for 6 months. And you can also have annually like 300,000 rupiah for a year, for a year. And I can help you to sign in for this Highlights Library. And actually it is used not only for students at elementary school or primary schools, but also we can use it for high school students, junior high school or senior high schools, or even university students, because we can explore some topics like this one. There are lots of topics, not only about Earth, but also some other topics like seasons, weather, and etc. So if you are teaching, let's say, a geography class, I guess it can fit your needs. For example, like this one, I can just say show you one of the books here. And as I said to you previously, that when you want to provide literacy-based learning, you have to provide not only story literacy, but also information literacy, like this one. So this is the example of information literacy that you can have. And like this one, like it is for it can be for primary school students, or you can also explore some other books that can fit to a higher level. Yeah, so from this simple book we can learn about the layers of Earth, like this one. Yeah, although it seems simple, but it gives information, important information to the students. For example, like this one, like storm. Yeah, there are thousands of books, so you can explore everything. Yeah, like this one, Beyond the Earth. Yeah, I do my apologize because my daughter is having online class now, so probably you hear kind of teacher who is explaining here, like this one. Yeah, so like this one. So this highlights library not only provide you with short text, but also longer text like this one. And this digital library is not only for lower grade students, but also for higher grades, like in university or even high school students. And if you're interested to subscribe this highlights library for your schools, you can contact me. This is my phone number. Yeah, because I am a Mitra Highlights Library, and I collaborate with Pinnacle Alpha Education, and we share these books to all schools in Indonesia. There are many schools that have used this platform, and the students use this not only for reading activities at home, but also at school. So if you're interested to subscribe this highlights library for 6 months or for a year, you can just contact me in this number, 0811-2231-086, or you can contact me on Instagram. You can contact me on EduLiteracy, and I will help you to sign in. However, for this session, there will be 20 participants that can have a great chance to use Highlights Library for a month. Yeah. Okay. Is there any other questions?
Okay. Maybe from Bu Nina, ya. Bu Nina want to ask question directly. Probably Bu Nina, can you unmute and ask question?
Can Bu Nina raise hand first so I can
Yeah.
help Bu Nina? Okay.
Bu Nina request to have a direct question. No.
Okay, Bu Nina, you can unmute yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the camera is not on. Okay. Probably this is goes to both Miss Pipit and Miss Vanya because, like, I teach senior high school students and then at 12th grader, and then mostly the material are like reading comprehension based on like text, like descriptive, narrative, recount, and things like that. So for Bu Pipit, probably is it like any simpler method for teaching them this kind of text, because mostly they will get bored because what they do is just focusing on the vocabularies. And then for Miss Fanny, mostly I see books here. Is there any possibility to provide, like books that specifically goes to that materials, like reading, I mean, like text, things like that. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, probably I can answer first, Miss Pipit. Yeah, so
Yeah,
for
Ibu, please.
senior high school students, yeah, we can actually teach both information literacy and story literacy. As we know that for story literacy, we relate to narrative text, report text, and etc. So you can explore narrative text in Highlights Library. There are lots of stories that you can share to students, and most of the stories share about friendships, about kindness, and as I said to you previously, that it promotes social emotional skills to students, like the previous story that we had, like a basket of pumpkin, like we learn about sharing from this story. Not only that, we can also provide information literacy, which relates to, let's say, descriptive text or explanation text, analytical text like this one. Yeah, for example, when you want to focus on certain topic, let's say about Earth, yeah, we can also explore informations about Earth Day and etc. like this one. And uh, it's suitable for high school learners, for high school students like this one. Yeah, the first Earth Day took place in 1970. The celebration was started by a man named Gaylord Nelson and etc. And interestingly, you can also have some features, yeah, for several books. Like you can have um, like activities after reading, yeah, like this one. If you have this logo, yeah, with this green logo, you can explore critical thinking activities like this one. I'm going to show you this one.
Click Start to begin. Think about it.
How do we
Answer the
celebrate
question
on Earth
below.
Day? Yeah, this is like a free response, and the students can answer on it. Yeah, and to access it, I guess we cannot provide it to Google Classroom. If you give students, all the students, Highlights Library accounts, it means that they can access it by themselves. In many schools, like they give students accounts to all the member of the students in the class, and they will have kind of personal Highlights Library account. And the teacher can also organize the way they submit the exercises and extra, because there will be like kind of platform for you to see kind of like this one, like assignment. You can set the assignment like assignment log, student log, and extra. Yeah, like this one. Yeah. Yeah, so Miss Dina, absolutely you can apply Highlights Library for high school students, especially in your classroom. You can explore both story literacy as well as information literacy. That's for me.
Okay, maybe Bu Pipit.
Okay, Bapak. The question was, yeah, I was replying to some of the participants. I'm really sorry if I couldn't remember well about the questions. So Ibu Nina asked me, what is the simpler method, the simpler strategy? Begitu ya, Ibu? For high school
Yeah,
students.
Miss, that's correct.
Okay, what I shared on my slide was, I guess that's the easiest strategies I could find from the internet, and I have tried out some of them as well, and I use that for my college students, my university students, and they are still in year 1, so I'm sure that they are still, yeah, probably we could use that as strategies for high schools as well. Yeah. For example, the KWL, that's really simple for high school students, and not focusing only on the vocabulary. So I guess for that strategy, we have to find quite a lot of varieties for the post-reading activities. So we could provide them with more experiences, with more strategies, for example, to increase their critical thinking skills, to increase their, how do I say? Yeah, so not focusing on the vocabulary, because focusing on the vocabulary is
Okay.
only before, yeah,
Okay.
before reading activities.
Okay, thank you, Miss Pipit. Okay, I'm really sorry that the time is very limited, but the participants today are very enthusiastic. There are many questions on the chat box. So for the question that hasn't been answered, we can discuss in WhatsApp group ya. Maybe Bu Vanny sama Bu Pipit can answer the questions in the group, WhatsApp group, yeah. And for the materials also will be shared in the WhatsApp group. And thank you, Bu Pipit and Bu Vanny, for the very interesting presentation. And for you all, thank you
You're
for
welcome.
joining us. And we will see you next time. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. How about the door prize, Pak Ivan?
Oh yeah, I missed one thing about door prize. Yeah,
Waiting for it.
you were waiting for the door
Of
prize.
course,
Okay.
yes.
Yes, we are waiting.
Yeah, we have 20 participants who win the prize, but we will announce it in the WhatsApp group because we are running out of time.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. So wait and see, whether you win or not.
How do I take
Okay.
it now?
Okay. Have a nice weekend, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you,
A
Bapak.
nice weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you, Miss Pipit. Thank you,
You're
Miss
so
Vanny.
welcome.
Thank you,
Thank you
Ivan.
very
Thank
much,
you, Mr.
Mr.
Bella.
Ivan.
Thank you, Bu Vanya. Pipit, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Waalaikumsalam.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Dede, Bu
See
Pipit,
you.
thank you. Bu Beatrice, thank you.
Sama-sama Bapak, terima
Yeah, see you.
kasih.
We will meet again at 1 p.m. today, right?
Okay.
It's a long day today. Yeah. Bye, everyone.
right.
Bu Vanya, thank you very much. Pak Ivan, thank you. Bu
Okay,
Pipit, thank
yeah.
you. We will share the resources in WhatsApp group. Yeah. Thank you very much.